Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Reading the Comments. This is the 16th time, and I have 4 comments to go over with you today. The first up, which is usually what you start with, this is the first one, is from Peanut8421. Mr. Peanut actually commented on I read his comment on the last Reading the Comments, so he is a repeat offender. This time he writes in response to episode 483 of Henry Heisch. Peanut8421 writes, "The fact how you don't have more subscribers genuinely shocks me. Your podcasts are excellent and informative, truly underrated, and yes, you can just call me Peanut. Also, thank you so much for reading my comment on Vice Admiral Bulkeley. A little more information on him. Bulkeley was the commanding officer at Guantanamo Bay when Fidel Castro accused the base of stealing water from Cuba. So Bulkeley invited the dictator to come to the base and ordered the water main to be unearthed and cut open. This not only proved that no water was being transferred from Cuba to the base, but also permanently severed the connection. Later, Fidel Castro placed a $50,000 bounty on John Bulkeley's head. To my knowledge, Bulkeley is the only U.S. officer to have a bounty on him. There is a brass bust of the Admiral on the mess deck of USS Bulkeley. The tradition is you never disrespect the Admiral or he'll kick you out of the Navy." Thank you very much, Peanut, for that. I always like when something else either gets interjected about something that I've done. Either it didn't come up in my search because, as I've stated in the past, I'm very limited on the time that I have to dig up on all these recipients. But some of this stuff is oral tradition that gets passed down as well too, which is, obviously you served on the USS Bulkeley, so you were privy to a little bit more information that some of us may not, some of us non-Navy folk may have been privy to. So thank you very much for that, and thank you for the kind words about the show as well. I can always hope for more subscribers. It's not a goal of mine to get rich and famous off of this. I really don't care if I ever do. I also really don't care if it ends up being 2 people that listen to this show, one of them being me when I edit it. But my goal is to make sure that all of this information is kind of in one place for future audiences to dig up even after I'm long gone and dead. That's my goal. And if more subscribers ends up happening, fantastic. If not, fantastic. I'm here for the party. I'm here for the long haul. I still have another 3,000 more plus recipients to go through, and so we'll see. But thank you very much, Peanut, for responding and leaving a comment. Moving on to the next comment. It was on episode 122 of Charles Anderson. This comment comes from the username Profiles. It's a very, very in-depth name. I like all the messages that name brings. Profiles writes, "Hey, my name is Charles Anderson. Cool stuff." Yes, Charles Anderson. I think we've all been there trying to search our own names on Google or YouTube or other platforms, and you've been caught. You've been caught red-handed, because that's the only way you would come across my episode is searching your own name. So, caught ya. But thanks for listening, and I appreciate your time. So hopefully you listened to the entire episode, not just that your name was on it. I can hope. Maybe not. Who knows? Moving on to the next episode. It was from episode 100 of Ernest Coma. This comment comes from Doug Smith. Doug writes, "I, very proudly, served with this great man throughout my tour with the 70th Armor. He declined a battlefield commission and chose to remain a master sergeant with a tank company." Thank you very much, Doug, for this comment. I have a very fondness for armor, since I myself was a tanker, not with the 70th Armor, but with the 3rd of the 103rd. And I'm assuming by your comment then that you served with him, you are also a Korean veteran, a Korean War veteran yourself. So thank you very much for your service. And as always, we say in the Armor, death before dismount. So thank you very much for the comment. Last but not least, I'm going to try to keep myself reined in on this one. And this one comes from episode 184 with Kenneth Bailey. This was Kenneth Bailey was a World War II recipient, and this comment comes from Jade. Jade writes, "This is great since World War III is coming." Like I said, I'm going to try to rein myself in on this one. There's so much I'd like to say to this, but World War III is not here. I guess you could always argue that it is coming. 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years, 5 decades. I'm sure it is always coming. It's inevitable that there will be another world war. And I've seen a lot of comments on the interwebs lately that, World War III is beginning. And I've definitely, I'm not that old, and I've definitely seen and listened to people say comments about how whatever action is happening right now at that time is the beginnings of World War III. And to this point, it has still not happened. So it is coming. I agree. It's coming, and it's not this current Ukraine-Russia ordeal. It's not yet. Who knows? There's a lot more I want to say about that, and it's neither. It's not appropriate for this for this podcast and context, but it is a comment nonetheless. And Jade, I thank you for your comment, and I hope you listen to the entire episode of Kenneth Bailey Medal of Honor recipient. Whew, that's all I got. That's all I got for this time, so stay tuned for another episode. And if you haven't noticed, I tend to do these reading the comments usually every 6 regular episodes. I try to put one of these in, so we'll see you in the next iteration. And if you have a comment that you would like to leave for me to read on air, you can do so. You can do it over on YouTube, which is where I usually pull most of them. I do get emails and Facebook comments from time to time, but YouTube is definitely the bulk of where I get them from. So thank you very much for everyone who listens and the support, and we'll catch you on the next one.